You're tuned in to the Behind the Ears podcast with Uncle Danny and Mr. Chris, because everybody does Disney differently. The Behind the Ears podcast crew would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support.
Why not brew your happy place? That's right, Trader Sam's Coffee Company is the artisanal roaster.
I don't know where that came from.
I was like, oh boy.
That's like the wrong thing, but
Blast from the past.
Wow, I somehow picked the wrong one, but we'll continue with, and wait, hold on. Wow, it just goes to show that our show is so live, we don't even know what's going on.
I'm so happy that happened. I've missed that one.
That would have been fun. So we'll just. I'm sorry, Expedition Roasters. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get to drink any coffee today, and I think that's part of my problem. So I'll do this manually. Expedition Roasters is the artisanal roaster of specialty Disney-inspired coffees. Why not brew some of the magic at your home? Some of our coffees include Skipper's Brew, Ghoulish Delight, Enchanted Tiki Coconut, Redhead Rum, and many other unique roasts. Our coffees are certified gluten and allergen-free and feature unique custom artwork by guest artists. Expedition Roasters offers an adventure in every bag. So start your adventure today by visiting us online at expeditionroasters.com. That's expeditionroasters.com. And Behind the Ears listeners, be sure to take advantage of this exclusive offer and save 20% on your first purchase with code EARS20. That's EARS20 at expeditionroasters.com. Brew your happy place. Do you have a little one and don't want to bring your stroller from home? Have you destroyed a stroller in the past? From all the wear and tear from a Disney vacation? Well, Kingdom Strollers is a great place to rent a great quality stroller at a reasonable price. Kingdom Strollers is a Disney-featured stroller provider, which means they will be delivered right to your resort, even if you're not there. Same thing for picking it up at the end of your trip. So if you're in need of an affordable stroller rental during your next Orlando trip, consider renting from a Disney-trusted stroller company. Visit kingdomstrollers.com for more information.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears podcast. I am Uncle Danny, the man in the red, the man with the hat, the man with the rosy red cheeks. That is Mr. Chris. How you doing?
You making fun of my rosy red cheeks?
So innocent.
It's cold outside.
We're supposed to get some weather up here tomorrow. I don't know what it's gonna be, but probably I'm hearing rain. So let's just cross our fingers.
We're gonna be getting snow all this week, and it's like this morning I went out to clear out my drive, and first off, I had both my neighbors clear my drive over the weekend. Like one did it one time, one did it. I thought it was very sweet of them. So this morning I, cleared my driveway, cleared my neighbor's driveway who did my driveway, and then I actually cleared the driveway, part of the driveway across the street where the kids meet for the school bus, and then I realized I'm cold. I go back inside, I'm like, wow, I'm just really cold for some reason. And Kathy's like, yeah, it's only 2 above 0. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, really? I didn't even realize it. And so, yeah, if there's ever a time that I would really be glad to trade in my snowblower for something else, to live down in Florida, I would love to do that. But that's not a part of the plan right now. But we're supposed to get snow tonight. We're supposed to get another 3 to 5 inches tonight, and then by the time all is said and done, we're supposed to have like 14 inches. But
I guess it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. I'm really not too worried about it. I mean, to me, it's winter. It's Chicago. This is what we're supposed to have. So yeah. Go figure. So how you doing? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a nice, relaxing weekend. Family was out of the house, so Uncle Danny had the joint to himself. The inmates ran the jail this weekend. A lot of just eating junk food and not going to the gym, and living the dream, of course. But it was good. Congratulations to any of the Eagles fans. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on a nice Super Bowl win. Always cool for them. Besides that, how did you watch the game at all?
I watched a total of one play. That's literally one play during the third quarter, and it was, lasted all of 15 seconds. I really didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I'm just not a football fan, and I'm really not a big sports fan in general, and I'm not going to fake it in such a way where, I'm going to go for the Eagles, or I'm going to go for the Patriots, or I'm going to follow all this. No, if I haven't watched a game all season, why should I watch the Super Bowl?
I can respect that. I really can respect that. But did you happen to catch the parade for Nick Foles in Disney World?
I did catch a very small bit of it. I was actually at work. I had several different conference calls that I was on. Unfortunately, I really wasn't able to catch it. I have saved one of the videos. I actually saved the one that is actually from the Disney Parks blog one. I like what they do. I like when Disney Parks blog does their live streams, and it's all on YouTube and so on and so forth. They have some really good camera angles and everything else like that. It's really kind of cool. So I'll probably watch that a little bit later, probably tonight, maybe even tomorrow. But unfortunately, my schedule just did not allow for it yesterday. The past 2 days at work have been really kind of crazy. But did you catch it, and did you like it?
I actually did not watch any of it. I'm not the biggest Philadelphia sports fan in the world, so anything regarding them I tend to just kind of ignore. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, cool, good for them. But, there's really no interest on my end. I understand from the business aspect I probably should have, but, sometimes you don't make the right decisions.
The funny part is, in 2006, yes, it was 2006. 2006, on Super Bowl Sunday, I just got off of a Disney cruise. And we spent one more night at Walt Disney World. And The last thing we did, we were at the Magic Kingdom. And I remember it was my family plus mom plus my mother-in-law. And they had the parade. And I'm like, what is this parade for? Oh, wait, the Super Bowl was yesterday. And when they say, hey, blah, 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 you just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to Disney World. Wow, they really do go to Disney World. And
they really do.
They really do. And so I watched a little bit of the parade. I've got some pictures. I couldn't even tell you who was playing at that time or who won. I really can't. But I got some pictures because it was cool. And it was really kind of cool with Mickey and his helmet with his ears sticking out type of thing and his jersey. It was really cool, and Minnie in her kind of like a cheerleading outfit. It was just really cool, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be about the same thing, but I think Disney does a really cool job with that, and they put it together. I say they put it together so quickly, but it's kind of like they got to adapt everything. So if I could find, Tyler's asking me to post the pictures. If I could find the pictures, I will. The problem of it is that I had a hard drive failure not too long after that, and I did lose a lot of really good pictures, which is why I have triple backups right now. I have terabytes with photos and raw video and stuff like that. I've literally got a triple backup system. I have one on my setup that I use. Then I've got it copied over to a small server that's, when I say small, it's literally the size of a deck of cards. And then I have that one going over to another server, again, another small deck of cards onto another drive. Just because now I'm paranoid for losing some Disney pictures. I really, I can't tell you how much something like that really hurt me. I was so disappointed. And so I won't make that mistake again. And I knew I go overboard with it, but to me, pictures, that's my memories now. That's my
Yeah,
souvenir.
I think on the community page it should still be up in the videos. I happened to just be there when the Astros were there, Altuve and everything when after they won the World Series this year. So that was a cool little experience.
Oh, wow.
It's cool when you don't expect it. Like I was watching the games on my hotel room and they won. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then all of a sudden I'm walking in, I'm like, there's a lot of Astros jerseys. I'm like, I know they just won, but what are you guys doing out here? What's going on? And then I put two and two together, and then all of a sudden I see a parade. I'm like, and you see all the news cameras right in front of the Christmas tree on Main Street. And I was like, there's going to be a parade, isn't there? So Mickey comes out and Goofy with their baseball gear on. And it was a good time. It was cool. So, Chris had put out a survey. So the survey has been completed, all done. It's closed out. We will review it, and maybe on Thursday we'll discuss it a little bit. I don't think we can make a full show of discussing all that, but we'll touch on a few things. Maybe some aspects you guys want us to fix, and maybe certain things you guys think that could be fixed physically can't be fixed. So we'll touch on that. I'm gonna do a giveaway for if I get stuck to the desk, because it's metal on that part of the desk.
Oh.
We're gonna do the pass holder for Mickey Christmas magnet. Put it on your fridge, put it on a piece of metal, put it on your car, whatever you prefer. Let's see. What's the fun way I'm gonna think of a fun way. I was thinking about doing something, but I want to make sure it doesn't go against Facebook rules. So we'll do that. We'll get that given away. Me and Chris have a couple really cool giveaways that we're holding off for the marathon show. So one's a big one. There's a big one. There's one that's you're gonna be like, what? Yeah,
let's say that this big one, this big giveaway, has a value of over $200.
$200.
Over $200. And there are people that collect these things.
They are collectibles.
It is brand new, directly from Disney. It's not
brand
used.
Tag's still on it.
I haven't even taken it out of the protective wrapping yet. And when we do this marathon show, it is going to be as Brain Weighty Wayne Brady says from Let's Make a Deal. It's going to be the big deal of the day. But you're gonna have to work for it. So that's all.
Yeah, that ain't gonna come cheap.
Oh no.
Another little announcement. If anybody was over on the WDW community page, if you're not on that page, what are you doing? You're killing me here, Smalls. Head on over to the WDW Walt Disney World community. It's our little Facebook group that me and Chris started with just me and him in it, just two of us. And we have over 3,200 people in a very short period of time, honestly. But we, for you guys who know, me and Chris run it. We also brought on Alex and Trisha as our admins, and they've been on for months now. We decided after the growth, we all sat down, we had a discussion. We had a few people in mind, and we ultimately decided to go with Miss Jessica. If you don't know who Jessica is, you can see her on the page. She's all over. She's the run nut. She's always posting metal pictures and doing things like that. She's actually featured. I swear to you, she is on the Run Disney page for Facebook. The official Run Disney. Like when you go on their website and they have like the pictures scrolling by. Yeah, she's one of those pictures. She is officially on that site. So congratulations to Jessica. Just get ready to work because it is not going to be easy. When is the marathon show? We have not decided an actual date. It'll be in the summer. We'll leave it at that.
It'll be sometime between tomorrow
and August 23rd.
And August 23rd. Sometime between then and then.
It's a golden Casey's corn dog nugget. That would be hilarious. Oh, I don't know if you should.
You know that. You know what? This inspires me. I think I need to come up with some kind of a golden corn dog nugget award that we give out to a listener on a quarterly basis. We'll call it the Nuggies.
The Nuggies.
I don't know.
That would be hilarious. But Stan's so right. He was talking to Bailey. It's like, do you think they would even be able to keep the wrapper on anything from Casey's for very long? No. Listen, how many times are you at Casey's and they hand you your tray of food? And I'll be going to get condiments, get some ketchup, some mustard, maybe a couple straws, napkins. I don't make it past the metal railing without at least eating a corn dog nugget or at least some French fries. I don't even get to the condiment section and I'm eating it already. It doesn't work.
You know what? Guilty. In fact, it's even worse if I also have like one of the hot dogs there too, because they're so big. I'll just like wait and I'm just like, and unfortunately I'm the one carrying the tray. So you do one of these and this just looks so horrible. You kind of lift the tray up and
I just bite it.
Just kind of bite it. But you got to have that. You got to have a really snappy bite to it, or otherwise it's
like you're gonna pull that hot dog.
It's like all over. Oh, it's just not cool. But okay, at least, Danny, I'm not the only one that has done a bonehead move like that. Now that I think about it. And this is not necessarily food related, but it's kind of food related. I don't think I've managed to ever like have a big massive spill. You're carrying your food and you trip off of something and you go flying and your food goes one way, you go another. Your corn dogs end up on the ground, which is punishable offense.
No, that is horrendous. How does that happen?
I've seen it happen. I mean,
oh God, I'd cry. I literally think I would cry.
Didn't somebody recently post on a community page, someone just left like corn dog nuggets sitting there on like a ledge or something like that? I'm like,
oh yeah, it's blasphemy.
Oh my gosh. I saw that. I'm like, oh no, that's not right. Whoever did that, please revoke their pass now.
Right? John, get out of the park. Go somewhere else. Animal Kingdom's looking for you. Go hang out there. Ooh, yeah. You know what? I mean, I've gotten full where I'll either eat the breading or the actual hot dog, and one or the other is going to stay on the plate because I'm just stuffed. But to just leave, like, I'm the type of person where I will make myself sick before I leave food on a plate. Like, I don't know what full is full. Like the night that me, Jessica, and Nick, we went out to 1900 Park Fair. I had like 4 plates of food. And for anybody who knows me, yes, I'm a large man, but I don't eat a lot of food. I eat a lot throughout the day, but my portions are really small. We went out to that buffet and I just kept eating. And then they're getting dessert and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I mean, I guess I can go for a nice piece of like prime rib.
That's a good buffet though. I mean, that's a buffet that no matter what age you have in your party, you are going to walk away with something from that buffet that you're going to like. And that was the first time I ever had like mussels.
Oh, okay.
They had like steamed mussels and shrimp and stuff like that. And it was like the first time I ever tried that. I remember sitting down, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I cracked it open, ate it, I'm like, oh yeah. Or wait, Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. So it was really good. I probably shouldn't have eaten that much that day. I think Disney stock went down.
Kathy says, I took my refillable plastic baseball mug to Casey's last year. I had purchased it in 1995. The cast members, including the managers, didn't know what it was. I was shocked. You know what, though?
Funny.
You're talking about 22 years later? A lot changes in 22 years. I mean, was there even a Casey's logo on it? Was it worn off? Like, because the one I have now, I feel kind of gypped because it looked really cool from behind the counter, and I'm a sucker for gimmicks. Like the inflatable arm flailing man outside of a car dealership, I will stop if you have one because I'm like, that is fantastic. It's the leather on the outside that makes it look like a baseball. And it has the Casey's logo, but all it is that's a sleeve, and they stick a plastic cup inside it. A hard plastic, not a soft plastic, but a hard plastic cup.
You know what I used to love
for what I paid. I was a little upset.
Oh, I would be too. there used to be a fountain soda kiosk right off of the hub, and they used to sell you a regular drink, but it was a plastic cup. It was like a 16-ounce cup, and it was had like Mickey, Donald, Goofy, said Magic Kingdom on it, and it was like, granted, you paid like $5 for that, but you got a cup. It was really cool,
I gotta ask you something.
Huh.
So Christine says she had dropped a turkey leg, and she was wondering, since Disney is so clean, does the 5-second rule count in Disney? And I say yes. In certain, it can't be anywhere near a bathroom, can't be anywhere near a smoking section. It cannot be on the tile floor inside the restaurant. But if you're just on a walkway, yeah. But I mean, I don't know, just blow off the dirt, just eat it. Listen, it's just protein. Don't worry about it.
No.
Everything's grown in dirt anyway.
Oh.
So what's the problem with that dirt? You're telling me Disney's dirt's not as good as somewhere else? I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I would do it. I'm assuming you would not eat it.
Are you kidding me? You get a juicy turkey leg and it goes bleh, and it's like in the words of, stealing some words from, from Wayne Campbell, it's like, chances are there's someone there that either spewed or spit out lung butter or something like that. It's like, no way. I'm sorry. It's like, what?
Nope, I would do it. I'd eat it.
No. I'm sorry.
Why not?
No.
I mean, yes, they will give you a new one, and I understand that. But listen, we're going to go back to one of my biggest pet peeves, all right? People leave their Cheerios for little kids in the stroller fully exposed. I have watched squirrels go into the bags, eat them, run away, and then the parents put their hand in that bag and give their kid that Cheerios.
I think that's disgusting.
You're saying it's mind over matter. Since you see it hit the ground, you won't eat it.
Okay, if for some reason, let's say you dropped it and you're like, hey, Mr. Chris, you want a bite of my turkey leg? Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Guess what? It was on the ground. No thanks. I just, no.
Okay, so it's just mind over matter for you.
But the thing of it is that I agree. It's like if I saw that, there was a wild animal that was, stealing some Cheerios or a cracker or something out of a bag, I would be equally as grossed out. I really would.
You know what, man? People love your facial expressions, and it looks like I'm getting killed. Everybody thinks that I'm gross. I don't know, man.
Okay. You and I both know that there have been some times where the 5-second rule applies. I'm sorry. Nine times out of 10, that's not it. The airport is one of the places for sure does not count. Actually, any depot for any sort of transportation does not count. Bathrooms do not count.
I want to point something out and this is not against, I won't even say who said it, even though you could just look in the comments, but that's not the point. People need to stop assuming just because I don't have kids and my tune is going to change. You understand? I'm the kid that would eat bugs. Like, I eat dirt. I didn't care. Like, I'm a grown man, and if I drop my lunch today, I'm picking it up. I'm going to give it the quick blood and just boom, just eat it. Like, it's not the end of the world to me. Listen,
well, I get it.
Everybody who says this, think about when you drink soda cans, okay?
Soda cans?
When you have a soda can, you want to drink soda out of it? Okay, yeah. Do you wipe the lids off? You should. You should. You really should.
Don't go there. Stop. I know where you're going to go.
You really should wipe those lids off.
I know where you're going to go with this. And we need to change the topic pretty darn quick here. But, the thing of it is, okay, food, I try not to mess around with. Yeah, I'm the kind of person that, if my son or daughter, when they were little kids and they had their binky, and they dropped it, I'd be like, okay, fine, rinse it off with some Diet Pepsi and give it back to them, or something like that. I mean, because the carbonation kills germs, right? And, they turned out just fine. At
You
least,
never ate a bug?
did I ever eat a bug? Not on purpose. I mean, have I swallowed a bug? I'm sure I have.
Well, I mean, what do we? Don't we eat like 8 spiders in our
Oh,
lifetime while you
don't
sleep?
say that.
Like you've never just like as a kid, like I don't know, maybe it's a guy thing, but I guess not. Like you never ate a worm? I don't know. I ate a worm. I've eaten a few worms in my day. Sometimes they're good in protein, man. I don't know. Like I don't like seek out crickets or something. But have you ever had a deep fried cricket before?
No, I've never had a deep fried cricket. However, I do have a friend of mine that during cicada season, right in front of me, just took a cicada and just went, ate it in two pieces.
Just live. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't do that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. It was just, it's like, it's protein, dude. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's just like, it was just really pretty bad.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I guess I can't judge. I ate a couple worms, but no, I've had deep fried. Let's go on this tangent for a second here.
Oh no.
Let's see. Odd things that Uncle Danny has digested in the years. I've had fried crickets. I've had cow brain. I've had cow tongue.
Oh.
I have had the male area of a bull.
Cow tongue, however, though, used to be something of a delicacy during the time of World War II. They used to sell all sorts of things, and people used to make like a meatloaf out of ground beef tongue.
Yeah. Cow brain was really good. I've had pig's feet.
See, a lot of people don't do cow brain anymore because they're afraid of mad cow disease. Now it's like you can only usually get like deep fried pig brain.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't even know I had that. I want to try that. That sounds really good.
Cow
brain was delicious.
I will not do Rocky Mountain oysters, Kurt. I'm sorry.
Really? They're delicious.
You know what? I've eaten escargot. I'll do sushi of all sorts. For some reason, Rocky Mountain oysters, just no. I just can't do it, And by the way, just in case everybody's wanting to know, first off, sometimes we have been accused of talking about food just a little bit too much. And I know that we have really derailed in our conversations tonight. This is sometimes just one of those things where you have a fun conversation, and I love seeing these things from the community that's watching us right now. You guys are the most awesome group of people.
Pig's feet is delicious.
Oh, my dad used to eat pig feet.
Oh my god! I forgot who makes it, but it's the clear jar with the red and white label, and it was vinegar. It's got vinegar. Oh my god! My mouth is just watering. It was so delicious growing up. Oh my god! Some families, when they would like me and my dad, we would always joke because some families had chips and dip. Other families ordered a pizza. Me and my dad would sit on the couch with a jar of peas, just. And then I got older, and I'm not going to say it got a little weird when I was looking at the item in my hand that I was about to digest, and I was like, no, can't do it no more. They don't even make that brand anymore, which is sad.
Between that and pickled herring, and my dad would always say, yeah, this stuff is so good, I'll put hair on your butt. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly like the last thing I want, Dad. Thanks a lot for putting that image in my mind forever and ever.
All right, I guess we have to go back to Disney now. We're getting yelled at to go back to Disney.
Speaking of exotic food at Disney...
I am the Mountain Man. That's what I should change my name to.
Well, the funny part is that my wife and I were talking about our adults-only trip. And for those of you who watched last week, we pulled the trigger, bought tickets for our flights for our family trip as well as our adults trip. And the cool part about it is that we always try to do something different. We always try to do something, something special between us. And we always seem to go to the California Grill, and everybody knows that. California Grill is one of my favorite places. So we're trying to figure out other places to go. One place that we might go this next time just for my wife and I, is to go to Artist Point, and
Okay.
because they have not only do they have beef, because my wife might give my wife a fillet, and she is just like, she's in heaven. But they have other exotic game, and that's something that I would love to try. I love venison.
Hmm.
I love buffalo. Mary, I have not tried narcoosseys, and the thing is I'm trying to convince Kathy to try narcoosseys as well, or one or the other. But I like game, different types of game, and I'm more adventurous, and I realize that I may not necessarily, I'll say absolutely love it, but I think I have to try some different things. But we also try to do one signature dining type of place to really just do something different. I know it's something that I know that my son would not necessarily enjoy. My son or my daughter, she's the adventurous eater. She sent me she sent me sushi pictures. She found a new sushi place out by where she lives now, and she's like, "Dad, you got to come out here. We got to go have sushi." Yeah.
That's so cute.
So I mean, it's one of those cases. But that's one of the things I want to try. I mean, what was probably the most exotic thing that you've actually eaten at Walt Disney World? Turkey legs don't count.
Ostrich legs.
They're not ostrich
Exotic?
legs.
I don't know. I really don't think anything at Disney is really exotic.
I mean, have you tried something different? Maybe exotic is too exotic of a word. Like, do you do sushi?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So where have you
That's
had?
what I'm saying. Like nothing that Disney offers is anything out of the ordinary that I can get in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like that's now I'm seeing like Jico's got elk. Okay, I would try elk.
Okay.
I guess for most people, I guess something that would be out of the ordinary is I had escargot from France, but that I get that on a weekly basis. So it's like to me that's not anything like, oh boy, that's crazy different.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I would consider escargot as slightly exotic because it's not something that you're going to find. You're not going to really find it most places. At least around here, you're not going to find it. Maybe up by you, I don't know, or downtown Chicago, you'd probably find something like that. Last time I've had escargot a couple times. I like Turkish Delight. Does that count as exotic? You know what? I've never had Turkish Delight. I actually want to try Turkish Delight. And it's not because I've always wanted to try it because of the book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Simple as that.
What is Turkish Delight?
It's a like a dessert-ish type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. And Trish, I've also heard that the sushi is actually really pretty good at Splitsville.
It is actually really good. I mean, I still think their burger is a better choice. It's actually a good burger, but their sushi is actually really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one. Now, what is the beef thing from Patagonia? Do you happen to know what she's referring to?
I'm assuming it's got to be like a beef skewer or something along the lines of that. I mean, I had lamb at Tangerine Cafe in Morocco.
Yo, funny thing about lamb. One time I tried something different at California Grill. I tried a lamb chop, and I don't know what I did wrong, but I went to go, I cut it, and then I went to go stick my fork into it. It was a, regular bite-sized piece. It fell off my fork, and whatever juice was there just kind of like splat. I was like, this is not exactly what I needed.
Why are you making yourself hungry?
No. But I'm just saying it was one of those things. I got lamb juice all over me.
Oh yeah, lamb juice in 90-degree weather do not mix very well later in the day.
I kind of excused myself and I went into the restroom, and unfortunately I was wearing a light colored shirt that was kind of like the wickaway material, and I kind of was able to get it all out, but then I looked like I was sweating for the rest of the night, but I'm like, that's okay.
Yeah.
So, but But sushi is not something I can get every day because there's not. I guess there is. I just found out there's a really good sushi place. It's only a couple miles from my house, but that's something I don't normally get. That would to me.
Stan was bringing up the lionfish that they're serving over the Skipper Canteen. I'm hearing terrible things about this.
No. Here's the thing, though. I heard about it. People are saying it's awesome, but I saw it as it was presented, before you eat it, and I'm like, how the heck do you eat it?
Just eat it.
No. You don't get it. It's like stuff sticking out of it and crap. I'm like,
all right, hold on. When you talk about it, I'm gonna go look at this.
People said it was absolutely. It was the lamb was spitting on me. Yeah, you're probably right, Maureen. I saw the picture of the lionfish, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's delicious," and eat as much as you can of it because I guess it's like a bottom feeder type of fish or a predator fish or something like that. I'm probably using the wrong terms, and I apologize in advance. But I just couldn't see myself eating it. It just does not look good. Now it may. Granted, looks can be deceiving, right? I mean, after all, I hate escargot. Need I say more? But yeah, I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
What are you seeing?
It's got like the pointy things coming out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, listen, I don't want my food to fight back.
I think it's more of, look at king crab legs, shrimp. Most of the time that those things are not peeled and you have to go to town on it anyway. Look at it that way.
But if I'm going after... First off, if I'm going after crab legs, I've got tools. If I'm going after shrimp, if I can't peel my own shrimp, I've got a problem. So
I'm just saying, you got to work a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, you're probably right. And I want to, as I said, I want to try Nokusis. I actually want to try. One of these days I'd love to try Victoria and Albert's, but that'll probably be one of the last places I actually try, just because of the exclusiveness of it. That, and I don't feel like packing a suit coat and stuff like that. What?
Gordon, send me this. Gordon had smoked bear stuffed with peppers and elk sausage, and then that was stuffed with mustard. Oh my God. Send it to me right now.
That sounds amazing. Wow.
I'm so hungry thinking about that.
Now I've got a problem, man.
I know a lot of people that are like that, though. So don't feel like,
What the idea of don't have their food looking at them?
Yeah, they don't want, like, facial features, no eyes, teeth, or anything like that.
I mean, one time we did kind of a shore lunch when I was young, and I was at Boy Scout camp. We caught some fish, and we scaled them with our pocket knives and gutted them and this, that, and the other. And it was really, really good. But I just don't think I can. I don't know. I know they had a face before I ate it anyway, but
yeah, that's how you got to look at it. I know a lot of my mom's like that. No, if it has a face, I can't eat it. I'm like, would you think that this lamb didn't have a face before?
Oh, geez, dude.
Was it just a lamb body walking around minding its own business? Like, what do you mean? Like, what's the difference? I don't know. Like, think about it. Have you guys ever gone to like a pig roast?
Not only have I gone to a pig roast, I've actually, I was responsible for cooking the pig.
Okay.
And there's 2 rules when it comes to pig roast. 1, never trust a skinny guy to do a pig roast. That's why they bring me in. 2, when you take the pig off the grill, please make sure that you don't use a plastic card table in order to process the pig on.
It's true that the pig's too heavy.
No, the pig is too hot and starts melting the card table.
Oh no!
Fortunately, I caught it as it was soon enough. I'm like, I need
just
something.
Just cut that little section.
It was. Oh, but boy, was it good! Oh yeah, it was good. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where we cooked it all day long. It was.
I will say that ears would probably freak me out a little bit.
What, on a pig?
No, like if I just got a plate of food that was just an ear attached to it, I think an ear, I'd be like, ooh, it's a little weird. But I mean, who am I kidding? I'd still eat it.
Well,
Pig is so good, though.
you know,
Oh, God. I haven't had one in years.
Disney, the thing is about Disney and Disney food is, okay, I keep hearing from people over and over again, I've got special dietary requirements, or I've got special requirements, whether it's make sure the pig is dead.
Make sure the pig is dead.
You know what? Some people need practical advice, ladies and gentlemen. It might as
takes off. It's gone.
Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. The whole idea is, Disney will take care of your allergen needs. They'll take care of any special dietary needs. It's really kind of nice to be able to eat at Disney. And so I know there's a lot of people that get really worried about it. And that's one thing I keep trying to assure people, is that when it comes to making sure that people are happy, that guests are happy, when it comes to food, Disney does a really good job. Now, it's going to be a little different everywhere you go on Disney property. But if you have an ADR somewhere, and let's say you do gluten-free, let's say you are kosher, let's say that you have other restrictions or something like that, or other allergies that are really bad, if you let them know, they'll go ahead and they'll take care of you. And I think that's absolutely fabulous. So it doesn't have to be just burgers and fries all the time. I mean, you can go and sit down and enjoy something, even if you have restrictions or other dietary needs that have to be taken care of. That's one of those things that I love about Disney. And, you can still have fun with it. And you bet you any money you can still have some of the exotic stuff too. That would be really fun too.
So let's go to some more basic things.
Sure.
Is there anything on your upcoming trip that is a must eat, whether you've eaten it before or not? But is there something that you're, a couple things you might be looking forward to, new or old, doesn't really matter?
Well, I think it goes without saying, Dole Whip and Casey's Corn Dog Nuggets. I think those are staples that, it's kind of like breathing air.
Now, what type of Dole Whip?
Oh, I go straight pineapple. And don't give me the float or anything like that. Just give me a nice cup of pineapple Dole Whip.
So just the ice cream, essentially.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Usually somebody in my family will order the orange swirl or something like that, and that's really good too. It's actually a little bit of a tougher conversation because this trip, because I have my son-in-law to be coming with us, I know that he likes to eat a lot of different things. He actually likes to eat a lot of He's not a vegetarian, but he likes to eat a lot more vegetables. He eats a lot more healthier. Good English, Chris. A lot healthier than me, which is also why he looks like he does and I look like I do. It's true. I'll admit it. But one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go to Sanaa. I bet you any money, pretty much upon arrival at Animal Kingdom Lodge over on Kidani Village, I have to have the bread service. And not just the bread service, but the bread service with all the sauces. Give me all the sauces. And there was one time that we went with some friends. It was not this Passover, but the summer before. Not only did we get all the sauces, but the chef whipped up, basically a spicy sauce from Hades, and did it for one of the people in our group. She, high school girl that loves spicy food. It was one of those things that was so spicy. It had such a wonderful flavor. And then all of a sudden, wham! It's like, whoa! It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So the bread service at Sanaa, if I can do, I mean, I'm not supposed to have a lot of bread products anyway, doing a low carb type of thing. But on top of that, I'll have like the tandoori chicken, which is so good. But those are the kinds of things I really look forward to during this trip. Because it's in the summer, possibly. Well, because it could be anywhere between tomorrow and Christmas. Most likely around the summer months sometime. But I don't know if it's going to be early summer or late summer or just after summer or sometime maybe her name is Summer. I don't know. But sorry, that was a Baywatch reference. It was one of those cases where I like to eat lighter. I don't care for the tons and tons of sweets. Because I think that slows me down and it causes me to get tired. I kind of go into a sugar coma. Mm-hmm. I just like good flavorful stuff. Stuff I'm going to say, oh wow, can I please have the recipe for that?
Let's see, Casey's.
Yeah,
I've never had a freshly made Rice Krispie bar, so really? That is on the list.
Really.
I'm gonna get the little gyro with the lamb and the beef from
it's not
Tangerine
a
Cafe.
Gyro, for goodness sake, really?
But it's got that like sauce like a gyro does.
No. Don't call it a gyro. It's gyro. Gyro. If you're gonna call it, it's not a gyro. Oh my gosh, where are you from? Jersey?
Maybe. Falafel? I've always falafels. We have a falafel
is phenomenal, man.
Absolutely. So let's see. Gonna get to my gyro with the lamb. I want to do Enzo's Hideaway. I want to see what that's going on up there. See the little Italian restaurant. Mickey bar, Mickey premium ice cream bar. I mean, you can't really go to Disney and not get a Mickey premium ice cream bar.
Oh well, if you have to, go for the Mickey ice cream sandwich. Cookies and cream ice cream sandwich. Those are just as good because you still got the ears.
That's true.
But I will ask you this though: for the Rice Krispie treat,
yeah,
you want it freshly made.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to get the big Mickey? Rice Krispie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going all out.
It's like
because I know if I don't like it, I've got 3 other people that are with me that will devour that in seconds. They'll be fighting each other for it, so I'm cool with it.
And I hate to say this, but this is one of those parts where it's like I wish I could bring my pocket knife in to actually cut the thing.
Because
because it's really hard.
Ryan, you can get it at the confectionery right on Main Street.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's really. Once again, no, I'm really more looking forward to some of the adult beverages. I'm excited to go back to Homecoming. Last time I was there, I really wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get adventurous. They have got some interesting things in their menu I'd like to, dive into. Maybe go. I want to kind of maybe think about going to Le Cellier just for the soup. Because the soup is delicious. That cream of potato.
I wish the cream of potato. I thought it was don't you like the cheddar cheese soup?
That too. Those both really.
You get the cheddar cheese. You get the cheddar cheese soup, and you get the pretzel stick along with it. Oh yeah, babe. I mean, that myself is that's last meal good. I mean, that's really awesome. So.
Oh yeah, I want to do. I want to get the kitchen sink, but if I don't feel I could do that because I don't like sweets, I really don't think I could do an entire kitchen sink. I really want to go over to Ample Hills and I want to try the takeaway, the 5 scoops and that little platter you can take with you. Yeah, I really, really, really want to do that. I'm trying to think. There's really nothing else. I know the minute we change the subject and hang up here, I'm like, I wanted to eat that. Yeah, I don't really know. I think that's really it, honestly. I really think there's, last thing, spring roll from the kiosk outside of Pan. They have the vegetable one. You put a little duck sauce on that. Mamma mia. There's so many things. Yes, yes, people. Okay, we're gonna go off on a tangent here. So I love Rice Krispies. They're it's my favorite cereal in the entire world. My mother always makes sure it's stocked. When I moved out on my own, I always made sure it was stocked. So I was in Disney when me and Chris first started, when I first brought Chris on. And I was like, oh, cool. I was in Riverside, and I see this barrel filled with them. And I've had Rice Krispie treats, like the ones that they make, the little squares with the, tearaway, and they're delicious. So I see them in shape of Disney. I'm like, oh, cool. How can you mess this up? So I buy a bunch of them, and I'm going to ship them back to Chris. And I was like, I'm going to eat one. And it was the most disgusting thing I have ever had in my life. And I've sworn them off.
Yeah.
But everybody says you need to have a fresh one, not because the fresh ones, they make them right there. Supposedly the ones that are wrapped get brought in from an outside company.
And I think you're right on that. And, they'll make it right in front of you. And it's really kind of cool to see that. Granted.
No, they won't.
I thought they would.
We tried that. If you want one, like, you can watch them make it, but if you want one freshly made, you need to put an order in for it.
Oh, because, then maybe I was just seeing them making them type of thing.
Probably, yeah.
But because it was like I saw them making, like, oh, that is so cool. Because, okay, maybe I misunderstood what I saw, but I still saw them making it, which is, I know, we all know how to make Rice Krispie treats, but it's still so good.
Oh, yeah. There's something about, listen, I can make a Mickey waffle at home, and it cost me 37 cents. Or I can go to Disney and pay $37 for a Mickey waffle, and it tastes that much better. Granted, those numbers are skewed. Please. Where do you get the gyro? I'm going to keep calling it a gyro. It's not really a gyro. It has the sauce on it, and it's still wrapped in a falafel. Pita? Sorry. But it's over at the Tangerine Cafe. Where that is that little quick service attached to Morocco inside Epcot.
It's really good. So. Oh my gosh. I remember eating that. I went there, I purposely went there, and I said, Danny always raves about this. And Danny was right. It was good. Kathy wouldn't have anything to do with it, but it was good.
Yeah, Chris liked it, but Chris didn't love it as much as I did, but I like that. Because, like, me and Chris love Casey's. And when you watch it, some people will notice that, like, they'll post pictures, hey, Mr. Chris, this is just for you. Then there's people who post it, hey, Uncle Danny, had to try it because of you. Like, it's cool having that, but it's nice when you have that one thing you're like, oh, my God. Because I'm not the biggest Dole Whip fan. I like Dole Whip, but I like it in moderation. Like, I don't need it every trip.
No.
I feel awkward, even if I'm in Disney for a day and I'm stuffed, I will have a Mickey bar just because, listen, all it is a Nestle. I always think it's Dove. It's just a Nestle bar in shape of a Mickey. There's nothing special about it. It's just the point of it.
I like taking suggestions from people and seeing what comes of it, right? There are some things that I just don't like, and therefore I'll hey, thanks for the suggestion. But I tried that because of what Danny said. And I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What sounds
strawberry
disgusting?
Soup from 1900 Park Fair.
That actually sounds wonderful.
It was
That sounds wonderful. The thing is, you say that on the cruise line, they had some kind of a cold fruit-ish type of soup as an appetizer, and boy, was it! It was so wonderful. It was just decadent. Oy.
Nick brings up a really good point. Sleepy Hollow. I would get them both, but if you tell me I can only pick one, I'm going to have the waffle with the fresh fruit and Nutella. Here's what Stan told me. Stan, one of our fantastic listeners, and this is why we love you guys, because without you, I never would have asked for it, and it made it so much better. Ask for whipped cream on top. It's icing on the cake. It's so, who doesn't like fruit with Nutella and a waffle and a little whipped cream? I did like the chicken and waffle. I think they could have done better, but also there too, I know we're running out of time here. The pretzel dog, basically it's it's not a corn dog, but it's just a hot dog wrapped in a pretzel. Alex saved that and she put it in her purse, and we had it hours later. And I was making fun of her that this girl's walking around all day with a hot dog wrapped in a pretzel, wrapped in a napkin in her purse. Tell you what, at 1 a.m, when you're just a little hungry and you want a little snack, it was delicious. It was so good.
I will tell you this, Danny. I know that you've been on cruises before, but I know you haven't been on a Disney cruise yet. I think we ought to figure out a way to do a Disney cruise and do a show from the Disney cruise. But not just that, but also have some of our listeners join us on a Disney cruise trip. And then we have to go around and literally try everything on the menu. Or pretty darn close.
We do need to get on. Me and you need to get on Disney cruise. This needs to happen because I'm the type of person where this is no exaggeration. I've got family members to vouch for me, and it's allowed to happen. So do not judge me. I will sit down at the sit-down restaurant, and soups and salads I might get a little bit, but I usually don't mess around with appetizers. Normally there's 6, depending on the cruise line you're on. Norwegian always had 6 options for dinner. And 1 was usually a vegetarian option. See the size of me? I don't need a vegetarian option. I get all 5. You might not eat all 5, and you could say, I know because I just said it before, how it's kind of a waste of food. I get that. But when you're paying the prices you're paying, I'm like, every night. And they would always change the menu every night. And our waiter, he knew. He didn't even have to ask me anymore. He never offered me the vegetarian one. And as soon as we sat down, they would come get our drinks. My dad and everybody would order their appetizers, and he would start bringing me out plate by plate. It was delicious.
I know Disney cruises, they're not cheap. Okay? And I know that, they're never discounted. You don't really get a deal on it. But I would love to do that. I would love to, and it's not going to happen for the next year. I'll tell you that right now, because my 2018 vacation budget is gone. But I think we ought to consider that for sometime in 2019 or something like that. Just a 3-day Bohemian cruise, something small, something that we can have fun with. I don't know. Think about it. I've already seen several people say that they would love to do that. And if we plan it ahead of time, maybe we can consider that. But we'll have to see. I really like that idea. And just, because you know what they say? They say that you go on as passengers, you come off as cargo. And I'd like to actually put that to the test. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I am going to test your weight limits on everything. I'm going to defy gravity when I tell you are rolling me off this boat.
It'll be like this. Okay, Danny's sitting next to me. Danny goes, okay, I would like the left side of the menu. And then I'll go, okay, I would like the right side of the menu. Just make sure it's medium rare. Over here.
Yes, rare for me, thank you.
And then when that's done, it's like desserts. Would you like dessert? Yes. What would you like? Yes.
Yes, Trisha's in for the cruise. Let's do it.
Start
saving those pennies now, people. 2019.
Carol brings it up. Can't forget Castaway Cay. Not just the food at where everybody goes, but you gotta go to Serenity Bay where they have the adult food.
This is on the boat?
This is over on Castaway Cay, their island.
Okay.
They have a adults only area called Serenity Bay, and they grill up more adult food. Like I had a grilled salmon sandwich. Oh my gosh, it was so heavenly good, and it's just it was one of those, and the funny part about it is that I was tired because I actually did the Castaway Cay 5K in the morning, and it was my first real 5K, and I think I almost killed myself that day because it was so freaking hot. But I sat down, I'm like, oh, I don't care now. Bring it on.
Maybe we do know a travel agent that could start getting some pricing out the way. I mean, those itineraries are not released, so I literally cannot do any prices anytime. But
but let's think about that. I mean,
TEP cruise, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cool though for us to. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. If we had 12 people, maybe all 12 of us should get like the Roy Disney suite on the cruise. It's going to cost somebody a kidney, but if we all
I've got two.
But if we all pitch in, it would be awesome. I call dibs on the master bedroom. Okay, so no, but let's think about that just for grins and giggles. Let's not forget about this. I know other people have done it. Not trying to copycat off of anybody, but this is really one of those things that it would just be really cool, and I think it would be a really awesome thing to do. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, and I know people have been talking about a run team, trying to get some swag and everything built up for, I know, listen, once again, copy up for Chris. This is not original. Listen, we know what we've brought into this market and what we've brought to podcasting and Disney, and we're not always afraid to toot our own horn in that aspect. We'll tell you that we were the first ones to do it. But when it's some of the things where you like to give credit, listen, there's a lot of other fantastic run teams out there with hundreds, possibly even thousands when you consider it worldwide, or even easily. So, I know there's been some talk. We have a few runners now. Now that Jessica is one of the admins over here, maybe it's time to delegate some work and let Jess start setting up a Behind the Ears podcast run team. But Chris, any parting words before we go? We got a lot of love for this cruise. A lot of love.
We do, and you know what? We'll really have to figure it out. I think it's gonna be really cool. I don't have anything else. I just can't wait until Thursday. We're going to talk about a totally new topic. And tonight was a little bit of messy radio, and that's okay. We love just to talk with our friends that join us. Had a great show tonight. I'm just really happy. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight.
Yeah, with that being said, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Facebook is Behind the Ears Podcast, Instagram Behind the Ears Podcast, and Twitter Behind the Ears PC. I'll be completely honest with you, we don't tweet that often. Any listener questions, comments, or concerns, you can email us at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube channel, because I would say in the next couple months, you're going to start to see some more content. That is Behind the Ears Podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes at Behind the Ears Podcast. Lastly, it is the WDW Community Facebook page. Go check it out. While you're there, drop us a like and a follow. And why don't you just like the post we did today about just becoming one of our new admins. Lastly, from me, anybody who is going to be in Disney for the Run Disney event, which is Princess Marathon weekend, we have a meetup. It's gonna be awesome. You really should go. There's a lot of fun things. All right, some fun things we're gonna do is we're gonna meet up in front of Casey's. We're gonna get a group picture in front of the castle. We made sure everybody's starting to get their fast passes. We're all gonna go on Pirates because it has the biggest capacity and takes a picture of us. We're going to end up that night back at Trader Sam's over at Polly, have a drink and watch the fireworks, and send all of our runners off to go do the half the next day. And that is on Saturday, February 24th. So with that being said, guys, I am Uncle Danny. Thank you all for joining us here on Behind the Ears Podcast. Drink that cranberry juice, chuck your kids in tight. See you tomorrow.
And I'm Mr. Chris. Thanks a lot. Easy for me to say, but thank you nonetheless for joining us tonight. Really appreciate your support, and by all means go out there and subscribe to the show. That way you can get the podcasts right when they come out over at iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio. Alexa will play it, Google Home will play it. They'll all play it, and you want to play it. So I hope that if nothing else, you can get it wherever you need it. Again, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and thanks a lot, and take care.